Have you ever felt like someone was pulling your strings, making you do things you didn't really want to do? Or maybe you've been in a situation where you felt completely powerless, manipulated by someone else's words and actions? If so, you've likely encountered what's known as dark psychology. Now, before we dive in, let's be clear. This video is not a guide on how to manipulate people. Instead, it's about pulling back the curtain, understanding these tactics so you can recognize them, protect yourself, and empower your own mind. Knowledge is your best defense. So, what exactly is dark psychology? It is the study of human behavior as it relates to the art and science of manipulation and control. It explores the darker side of our nature, the tactics people use to get what they want at the expense of others. These aren't just simple tricks, they're sophisticated strategies that prey on our emotions, our cognitive biases, and our fundamental human need to trust and connect. Let's start with one of the most common tactics, gaslighting. This is a term you've probably heard a lot, but what does it really mean? Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where a person seeks to make you question your own reality. They'll deny things they said or did, even with clear evidence. They might say things like, "You're being too sensitive," "That never happened," or "You're imagining things." The goal is to erode your confidence in your own memory and perception. Over time, a victim of gaslighting starts to believe they are the problem, that they're crazy or unstable. This makes them much easier to control. So, if you find yourself constantly second-guessing your own sanity in a relationship, take a step back. It might not be you. It could be gaslighting. The key to fighting it is to trust your gut and keep a record of events if you need to. Next up is a technique called love bombing. This one is particularly insidious because it starts off feeling amazing. When someone love bombs you, they shower you with intense affection, attention, and gifts right at the beginning of a relationship. It feels like a fairy tale. They might say, "I've never met anyone like you," or "You re my soulmate within days or weeks." But here's the catch. This over-the-top affection isn't genuine. It's a calculated strategy to make you dependent on them. Once they've got you hooked, once you're used to that constant validation, they'll pull it away. This creates a cycle of desperation where you'll do almost anything to get back to that initial high. It's a classic bait and switch. Real love builds over time. It's patient and steady. Love bombing is a wildfire. It burns hot and fast, and then it leaves you in the ashes. Another powerful tool in the dark psychology toolkit is leveraging social proof. Humans are social creatures. We look to others to determine what is correct. We see a long line outside a restaurant, and we assume the food must be good. Manipulators exploit this tendency. They might create the illusion of popularity or consensus. For example, a salesperson might say, "Everyone is buying this model," or a cult leader might surround a new recruit with enthusiastic, happy followers. This makes you feel like you're the odd one out if you don't go along with the group. It pressures you to conform. The way to counter this is to think for yourself. Ask critical questions. Is this really the best choice for me? Or am I just following the crowd? Don't let someone else's perceived consensus override your own judgment. Let's talk about the foot in the door technique. This is a subtle yet incredibly effective strategy. A manipulator will start with a very small, easy to agree to request. For example, "Can you just sign this petition?" Once you've said yes to that small thing, you're psychologically more likely to agree to a larger request later on, like, "Can you donate to our cause?" Or "Can you volunteer for the weekend?" This works because we like to be consistent with our past actions. Saying no to the bigger request would create cognitive dissonance, a feeling of internal conflict. Recognizing this technique is the first step. When someone makes a small request, pause and consider what might come next. Is this just the first step in a longer journey you don't want to take? It's perfectly okay to say no, even to the small stuff. Now, on the flip side of that is the door-in-the-face technique. This is where someone makes a ridiculously large request that they know you'll refuse. For example, "Can you donate $1,000? When you say no, they immediately follow up with a much smaller, more reasonable request, like, "Okay, how about just $20? Compared to the first request, the second one seems trivial. You feel a sense of obligation, almost like they've done you a favor by lowering the ask. You're much more likely to agree to the smaller request than you would have been if they had just asked for it from the start. They slam a big door in your face, so you're more likely to walk through the smaller one they open for you. The key is to evaluate each request on its own merits, not in comparison to a decoy request. One of the darkest aspects is the use of fear and intimidation. This doesn't always mean overt threats. It can be much more subtle. A manipulator might use passive-aggressive comments, silent treatment, or veiled warnings to keep you in a state of anxiety. They create an environment where you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to do or say the wrong thing. This constant low-level stress wears you down, making you more compliant and less likely to challenge them. Your mental and emotional energy is so consumed with managing your fear that you have little left to fight back. If you feel constantly anxious or afraid around someone, that is a massive red flag. Your peace of mind is non-negotiable. So, how do you protect yourself from all of this? The most powerful tool you have is self-awareness. Understand your own emotional triggers. What makes you feel guilty, insecure, or obligated? Manipulators are experts at finding these buttons and pushing them. When you know your own vulnerabilities, you can be more vigilant. For example, if you know you have a deep-seated fear of being abandoned, you can be on high alert for tactics like love bombing followed by withdrawal. The second step is to strengthen your personal boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines you draw around yourself that define what you re-okay with and what you re-not. People who use dark psychology are masters at crossing boundaries. They'll push and push until they find a crack. Having firm boundaries and, more importantly, enforcing them is crucial. It means being able to say no without feeling guilty. It means walking away from conversations or situations that make you feel uncomfortable. Remember, no is a complete sentence. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your own well-being. Third, learn to be a critical thinker. Don't take everything at face value. When someone is trying to persuade you, ask yourself, what are their motivations? What's in it for them? Are they using emotional language to bypass my rational thinking? Slow down the decision-making process. A common tactic of manipulators is to create a false sense of urgency, telling you that you have to act now. This is designed to prevent you from thinking things through. Give yourself time and space to evaluate the situation logically. Finally, trust your intuition. That gut feeling, that little voice in the back of your head that says something isn't right here. Listen to it. We often dismiss our intuition in favor of logic, or because we don't want to seem rude or suspicious. But your intuition is a powerful subconscious processing system, picking up on subtle cues that your conscious mind might miss. If a person or situation feels off, it probably is. Don't ignore that feeling. Investigate it. Understanding dark psychology isn't about becoming cynical or distrustful of everyone. It's about becoming wiser. It's about recognizing that while most people are good, there are individuals who will use these tactics to exploit others. By arming yourself with this knowledge, you are no longer an easy target. You can navigate the world with more confidence, build healthier relationships, and protect your own mind from being hijacked. You hold the power to your own thoughts and decisions. Don't ever let anyone take that away from you. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content on understanding the human mind. Stay safe and stay aware.